Hello, welcome on our channel. Another beautiful Saturday, at least for us. If the weather outside is not that nice for you, hopefully we'll brighten it up a little bit. We are starting finally another album, which is
Ænima, or at least I hope it is.
Yeah, sorry, I still don't think I can pronounce it properly, but we're gonna start off with a Stinkfist. I'm extremely excited. We actually had a little bit of a discussion about the next video that we are going to make. We really, and I think you will agree that we've been quite excited about the art side of Tool, which can bring even another extra layer to what we've been discussing so far and add on to the experience as well. However, I wanted to do a little bit of a research first, and what I realized is that the art itself is expanded much more in the later albums. It is not to say that there's no art side in the albums that we've listened to so far at all, but we've listened to the Opiate and the Undertow. And from my understanding, the main bit in Undertow, at least, the art side of things was made by the yes, I have it in writing, Adam Jones, which is the guitarist. And then we have the Alex Gray, indeed. So that's when it kind of boosts up and it gives another experience and perspective. So that's why I think we made the decision to essentially just don't do it for now, for the time being. Would you like to add anything else? Because we had a little bit of a chat about this.
Yeah, so there is this thing. There are images that we could go through, but there are also music videos that we could also go through. And there are some, actually, couple of really interesting videos of quite a few songs. So,
yeah.
But it's probably better if we listen to them first before we actually go through the video itself.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a hard decision, but I feel in the long run it will be better and it will add on more to the experience, so hopefully you don't mind. I think we had some voices in the comment sections about the Patreon as well. I do know the idea. If that's something that you would like, by all means, I opened for it. I can look into it. And yeah, for now I think we are ready to start. What I'm actually thinking of is whether I will feel any difference, because so many of you advise me that there will be difference and you will feel the way the Tool and the whole band and the songs are growing. So I wonder whether I will feel this change. I'm really excited. So yeah, let's crack on.
Okay, so whenever you're ready.
Yes, I am prepared this time.
Yeah, we can go.
Yeah.
Go.
Strong.
Not enough anymore.
music here. This part. Tell me it's not the end. Oh no! Really?
Just 5 minutes, a little bit over 5 minutes.
Oh my god, it was so good. Whoa! It was, musically, it was so intense.
Was it different from Undertow?
I would say the difference is subtle, if there is some.
For me, it's more euphoric type of music, so I don't know. There's more like sliding from hard to soft, subtle. Like to me, that's the difference.
You know what? I really enjoyed it musically, and I feel like his voice was slightly better, if that makes sense. So that's why I feel it's more subtle. You know, you use the word euphoric, yeah?
Euphoric, yeah.
You know, if we will look through the Undertow, I feel like some songs there have been pretty euphoric, even the one with euphoria at the end.
All right. Yeah.
So it's not just the euphoria, maybe not in that sense, but I felt it so good musically, and his voice and the changes throughout, just the way he sang the song as well, beautiful. But I think I must admit to something as well. I don't think you're gonna like it, but I feel I need to be honest here with myself, with you, and with you in particular. I have a feeling at times that I heard it somewhere. Like I heard it in the past.
Could be me.
I felt like it was I felt like it was a new experience for me, but at times I don't know, I may have heard it.
Could be sometimes in the car, I might have listened to it.
Because that's the thing, he's been a Tool fan for a very long time. And I was, to be honest, a bit afraid that this may happen at some point. Because ultimately, I know that sometimes I've listened to some songs, you know, you said it's been quite a good few years that you are a fan. And that was my worry, you know, and I think that's what happened here.
I mean, you still can...
Because honestly, I just feel like I feel like I heard it before. But again, it was like really new experience for me. So, I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna... I definitely never heard the song in headphones.
Yeah.
And I definitely never had a chance or opportunity to focus on this full song. But it's just bits, like as if I heard it somewhere, you know? Anyway, I feel like I want to say a bit more about this, about the song itself. And about the words, which been so deep. Would you like to start?
That's probably best if you start.
You reckon? There is the song, the title is a Stinkfist. So what do you think it may refer to?
I know that, and also it's not only a title, but the whole lyrics throughout the song. Like on the surface level, it can be read as like a act of fisting, which is like a sexual thing. So, I mean,
yeah, it can be
it
read
is
like
just
that.
superficial level. So I'm pretty sure it's about something more than just that.
What if that's it? Because I don't think that this particular sexual activity is that common or that generally socially acceptable, if that makes sense. That's not a standard sexual activity, you would say, especially in the Christian. If you were born as a Christian, I don't think that would happen that often. So that may be something really.
I think most sexual activities aren't really accepted by Christians. I wouldn't take them as any baseline.
Yeah, let's look at the words, because I feel like they are indeed pretty deep. Because he clearly says about certain deep experience that was just this trigger point, and that after he experienced this particular thing, nothing will be the same. That's why I took the song. And now I'm thinking that it does refer to the psychological aspect of the experience and experiences in general. I think it can refer to certain sexual activities and the feeling you have after you tried something for the first time. But it can refer to even different things. There's so many people in the world. People experience different things, and I feel like there's loads of people that have these trigger points. They make certain discovery or some activity that completely changes their perspective and the way they absorb the world around them. So that's how I felt. How you were feeling?
So I'm actually looking at this from totally different perspective, I think. So on one level, you can say that this is about fisting, and it goes through like going deeper and deeper, and also like there are things like pain and comfort deep within you, like that you will get used to it, and so on and so forth. So you can read it at that level. But also, I think, as you said, you can read it as a level of psychology. So, that there is, like, I don't know how to say that. Basically, I've heard this somewhere that in order to get somewhere, you need to feel a little bit of uncomfort. That, like, if you go out of your
comfort zone,
exactly, out of your comfort zone, then it's when you grow, and this can be something like that. So you need that a little bit of uncomfort in order to grow, in order to know something like next level.
You see, that's really interesting actually, because the way you took the song, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like for you it was indeed the psychological level and just trying to understand your own feelings and trying to understand how the life works and how to operate in the world.
Yes, but also now I'm thinking, and I thought this for many times before I listened to that, you can also think about two people and how trust is building between them. So one person allows the other person to break some borders, and when you see nothing wrong is happening, then the trust is building up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is really interesting actually, because I took it completely, I think I took it slightly, not completely, but slightly opposite way. I think we can expand on that actually, because the way I took it, I think I had in my mind this, not necessarily reference to some particular sexual activity that you are trying for the first time, but some extreme experience because of trying something that, again, is not necessarily socially acceptable, but after that your whole world is changing and the way you perceive the world. So in my mind there was things such as exhibitionism, for example, the level of excitement or perhaps that's a hard word again, arousal you're getting by doing something that is not necessarily sociably acceptable, but you just feel like you need to do it again to just feel these emotions, and that nothing else will bring you this satisfaction.
And there's this, the chorus is like, just not enough, I need more, nothing seems to satisfy. So it's like you need extremes and more and more and more in order to feel the same. It's a little bit like drugs working, like some drugs that stimulate your dopamine levels.
Yes,
things like that.
Yes, because he's saying it, and I feel like it was important in the song, this bit. How would you then try to reconcile it with this trust?
That's a good question. I don't know how to reconcile it on those two levels. For me, that's the separate interpretation. For me, you can read it as two people in the song, and building up the trust by breaking the barriers and so on. But also you can think about it as just doing something to yourself. So one sec. So, show me that you love me and that we belong together, relax, turn around and take my hand. So if you analyze it on the level of one person, so just one person doing something to yourself, when you do something to yourself, you are breaking your own barriers. Like when you go out of your comfort zone, you're growing by resisting that fear, I would say, that something bad is gonna happen. So you are you change your base level of fear or base level of comfort, if you want to try. So I don't know, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but one thing you can imagine is breathing. So basically you can stop breathing right now, and in dozens of seconds you will start to feel very uncomfortable. But it's not because you're lacking of oxygen, because your oxygen levels barely will drop. It's because the CO2 levels are raising in your body, which is actually not a bad thing to some level. But your body is feeling discomfort, so you need to embrace that uncomfortable feeling, and you can do it. And that's how people like deep divers are building up their skill to hold the breath for even 10 minutes. So I would say this is one way to look at it. But like I said, you can look at it in many ways.
As we are surrounded by this fear that you gave as an example, what comes to my mind is, I'm not sure if everybody knows who this person is, but the Alex Honnold, I'm pretty sure you know the guy, but that was essentially a guy who was a solo climber without any ropes. What he was doing was so extreme.
Free solo, I think it's called.
Yeah, let's just Google it actually.
And there is the full movie about him. I don't remember.
Okay, so let me just have a short read for you. So he's American. So if you're from America, there's a higher chances you actually heard of him. I'm not sure how popular he is, but I'm assuming he must be quite popular as well. He's a rock climber best known for his free solo ascents to big walls. His 2017 accomplishment of free solo in El Capitan in Yosemite National Park is regarded as one of the greatest athletic achievements of all time. So this guy, I feel like he just represents what was shown in the song, this type of experience. So when you watch the guy, sometimes you can't breathe because
your palms are sweating.
Yeah, because of how extreme is what he is doing and how easily he can just die on a spot. Yet that's what he needs. If I remember, because I've seen a few interviews with him, and if I remember correctly, he just needs it. It's like part of him now that without his experience, I don't think there would be anything else.
Yeah, I think
that would be able to put him in the same state.
He's basically living in a van with his girlfriend, if I remember correctly from the movie and from the interviews. So basically that's his life, just climbing, free soloing.
That's actually quite a good example of this, something that that's not something that normal person would accept as normal, as a standard, to climb without ropes. Yet he just needs more. He needs more. No one forces him to do it either, but since he discovered this experience, he just can't stop.
And I think the verse 2, there's like basically, I can help you change tired moments into pleasure, say the word and we'll be well upon our way. Blend and balance, pain and comfort deep within you, till you will not me any other way. Basically, like what you said, that he embraced that struggle and now he lives this struggle. And
yeah. You know, the show me that you love me and that we belong together, shoulder deep within the borderline. I feel this is so powerful, and this is actually a reference to the love with your own self that you have on the psychological level, and that's reference to this experience and the feeling you have when you are in or during this act. So, honestly, like, I feel it's such a strong wording, and these are such a strong lyrics.
Or could it be your conscious and unconscious? If you're analyzing this on the level of just one person talking to himself, herself, it's like your conscious brain is seeing that you are outside of your comfort zone, and you're like leading your unconscious behind that border, like you grow together.
Yes, so it's like internal dialogue again, and for me it may be, it happens, for example, when you're addicted indeed to certain substances, or when you have this addicted to some other things, some sexual activities in particular comes to my mind. But at the moment of realization that perhaps that's not something that is socially acceptable, or perhaps that's not something that is maybe even morally right sometimes, when you are at this moment of realization, that's what I think type of self-dialogue you can have. So, and that's the reflection of self-dialogue. Yeah, I agree. It's honestly, it's so deep. I absolutely love it.
I would try even one more representation. So what would you say for, it's again a song about human nature, that our nature is not to be comfortable, but to keep growing by stepping up, going out of comfort zone, and it's just a human nature. Maybe that's...
Yeah. Oh my God. We are getting again this bigger picture, don't we?
Yeah.
This more generalized thought about human nature. It's amazing. Look how, by analyzing different issues, ultimately we started coming to one certain conclusion throughout quite a few songs now. I don't know if you realize that.
We are abstracting over, so basically this song starts with something very specific, if I understand you correctly. So it starts with this thing about sexual activity, but that sexual activity or need for that sexual activity must have its roots in some part of human nature, I guess. So then we think about this part of human nature, and then we find more and more examples, and then we can like crystallize even better representation of this whole thing. So it's like like levels of abstraction, we're going up.
Yeah, and you know what? Even if you would like to stay within, I wouldn't even say shallow, but perhaps on a surface, rather than trying to go deeper and take the song from the like human nature perspective, I feel it is still amazing experience, and you can still stop there. So even if you want to take a song as, the analyze of this first actual, let's say, sexual experience, or the state that you are under influence when you first time trying certain substances, I feel this is still great song to listen to in headphones, and like the words telling you a story that you should just take home.
But also music is taking you into a journey. I felt like, for me at least, the structure of the song musically was more sophisticated than most of the tracks on the previous album, because like there's a lot of emotions, like there's a lot of like really meanings. Like I just needed to feel, to know I'm alive, to breathe, to feel, to know I'm alive. Like it's really,
Yeah, and the music helps to kind of put yourself in your own shoes or in anyone else's shoes when you actually listen to it, and I can't catch the word, not evolve, but basically release. Yes, release the emotions. That's how I felt at times. It was just kind of releasing certain emotions in me, which is amazing.
yeah, that's why I said euphoric. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I got your point now. Yeah, yeah, maybe not the euphoric that I the sense that I caught at the beginning, but now I got you what you mean. Yeah, extremely interesting. I can't wait to listen to another song, but I really want to listen to this one a few more times. Again, I'm really sorry
next
if
one.
I disappoint you, because I have a feeling like at times I felt like I heard it somewhere, and I'm pretty sure that that's what must have happened, that you probably listened to it, or even, you know, to tell you a bit about our the way we work in a separate rooms, but sometimes you listen to music quite loudly. Yeah, he's got his own space, but even unintentionally you may pick up something.
But we also listen to
that's
the
maybe what
music in a
happened.
car, so I think that's most likely.
Maybe, yeah, brilliant. Okay.
Next song is Eulogy. That's an interesting title, isn't it?
Yes, I looked up the titles already, and I'm even more excited, honestly. Thank you again for all your comments and for being with us, really, for this journey. I hope you're gonna like it. I hope you don't mind that I probably heard it before, and also the fact that we didn't actually make a video about the art as of yet. It will come, it will definitely come. I just feel like it will be more full, more grown once we went through the Ænima album in full. So that would be it for me. Anything from you?
No, that was good.
Lovely, so thank you again for watching, and thumbs up.
Thank you.